What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Another day, a brand new project over here at Auto Auction Rebuilds. That's right. I hope the smile on my face is no BS. This is legit happiness. We finally got something new for the channel. So, notice my driveway is a little empty there. The Corvette is at the shop. It is below freezing here. It's about 24 degrees. And I decided I wasn't putting the headers on my car in this 24-degree weather. So I sent it down to the best damn guy I know for exhaust work, and that is Tim over at A&A Muffler here in Midwest City. So yeah, we won something. Now we gotta go pick it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Yes, we got the Volvo. You probably remember this from the other day. I don't know if I'm gonna waste my time trying to peel off all of this or not. Or just send it down there just like she sits. It's definitely got a little bit of a misfire. Not too bad. It seems like it's an intermittent misfire, but also you got to keep in mind that it's been sitting for 3 years. So a misfire is to be expected because it probably has horrible gas. All right. Oh, unfortunately, it shows it's got a full tank of gas. That sucks. That really sucks. I was hoping we'd go put some gas in it, but it looks like it's got a full tank. So we're just gonna have to try to drive this gas out of it, I guess. So, you know what time it is. Let's get it on the road. Let's see if it'll drive to the house. Yeah, that's my red truck right there. All right. Here we go. Oh, that misfire went right away. Misfire cleared right up. It is always nerve-wracking taking these things out for the first time, you know? Now I feel the misfire again. It clears up, though. It really does. There's first to second. Second to third. Shifts fine. Steering wheel is straight. Signals work. Windshield wipers work. The heater is nice and toasty. Oddly enough, it's very comfortable. Let's get it up to speed. Speed limit's 40. There's 40. What a cruiser. That heat sure feels good too. No check engine lights or anything. Let's set the cruise control. Cruise control works? Yeah, even the cruise control works. Holy cow. The rear defroster back there is working? Oh man. Why was this thing parked? Other than having ugly paint, and even the shocks, the suspension on this thing it's very comfortable. That's impressive. That's impressive. What do you think? $500 winning bid? $750 out the door. Now, the only thing that I found that doesn't work, and the power windows work, but the radio does not seem to function. Can't get the radio to do anything at all. Oh well. Man, what a solid ride. I can't believe I'm enjoying driving a station wagon. But this thing rides great. It really does. Well, the truth of the matter is, it drove home. And it did just fine. Still no check engine lights, no warning lights. It's running smoothly. When you smash on the gas, I mean, it moves. It does. Unreal, man. Just another example of some of the great deals you can find at Copart. If you take the time to go out there and look around and place a couple bids. What do you think? I think at a car lot, anything that runs and drives solid like this, brand new tires, $1,500 easy, all day long. Pull up to the house. It sounds like we got some chattering coming from one of the rotors, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Take a look at it. The brights keep coming on. I keep pushing this forward. The switch, I guess, is a little finicky. But I mean, hey, we're not looking for a perfect car for $750 out the door. You know what I mean? I'm quite content with this thing. I'm definitely going to need some gas, though. I know it's going to need some fresh gas. All right, so we're going to put our X431 Pro Mini to work. Big shout out to Launch for sending this this bad boy to me. Back here is a Bluetooth dongle that we can just can't do it on camera, but reach your there we go. Reach your hand in here, pull out the Bluetooth adapter, and you find your OBD2 port in the car, because we do have a check engine light. It is misfiring. And the OBD2 port is right here on this vehicle. You just take it and plug it in. So we've got a little light on here letting us know that it's connected. So this is my first time trying this out, and we're gonna go with a traditional diagnostic. It's already selected for European, so we should be able to just scroll down to the bottom. There's Volvo. We will, let's see, search Bluetooth. Getting information, updating may take several minutes. Your firmware is updating, please wait. So I guess we'll click back once the firmware is updated. All right, it is searching for the Bluetooth adapter so that it can do its wireless diagnostic here, which I think is really cool. It's one of the things I really like about this, is the wireless functionality of it. And here we go. We've got our VIN number right here, which is probably not the easiest thing to see, but it's a Volvo V70. It already knows, 2003. Engine type is a B5244T3. And let's do a system scan. Okay, now that the scan is complete, it shows all of the systems that this car is compatible with. And I'm not sure which one these is, there we go, engine control module. Let's click on that. And let's read fault codes. All right, so we've got misfire at least one cylinder, misfire cylinder 1, and then control module faulty signal. Interesting. All right, I'm going to clear the fault codes, although this is not going to fix anything. I'm just going to show you. And you can see the check engine light just went off. And it says, erase has flashed. Perfect. We'll shut the car off. And we'll restart it. Oh, and look at that. The misfire is gone. The car runs perfect. No, it absolutely does not. We're going to check cylinder 1 and see if perhaps we might have a faulty spark plug, and then we can go from there. All right, so here we've managed to take this cover off, just literally a couple of bolts. We've got number 1 coil right here, and way back here is the nut that holds it on, or the bolt that holds it on. We're going to get that coil off. We've already disconnected it, unplugged it. We're going to have a look down in there, probably pull the spark plug. You can see the cams still have white marks on them, and so does the valve cover. And ironically enough, like when we shut off the engine, it literally shut off right where the timing marks line up. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna go ahead and pull that coil out, get the spark plug out, and let's have a look at it and see what's going on. All right, so here's what we're seeing here. That's coil number 1, and we can see clearly the coil is sparking. It's got a good arc to it. I checked the spark plug. The spark plug looks like it's okay. We need to check the boot and see if possibly the boot is arcing, leaking spark somewhere. And I'm not really seeing any signs of that either. Very interesting. Okay, we've got it back together, and I checked the spark plug, I checked the coil. Spark plug's working, the coil is functioning properly. It's not a consistent misfire. It's not, because if you rev it up to 1800 RPMs, the misfire goes away. And then you can pull the plug for the injector when it's revved up, and you can hear a drop in engine RPM, which is consistent with it firing. So when you disconnect that fuel injector power line there, or signal wire, you end up with a dead misfire. So I'm honestly wondering if we really have a cylinder 1 misfire, or if what we have is a case of 3-year-old gasoline in the gas tank, a full tank of it. I would have expected a multiple cylinder misfire, not a cylinder 1 misfire that was set in the computer, but it's really hard to tell. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the thing just idle and run. I'm going to take it out and try to drive it around a little bit, get some of this gas out of it. You can definitely smell the gas in the exhaust. It's not pleasant. It doesn't smell like it's burning clean gasoline. So I think we need to burn some of this gas out, put some fresh gas in it, and I think get it down to Mike's. I really think it's fine. It's a cheap car. This is going to be a good car for somebody. Without a doubt, this is going to be a good car for somebody. Just burn out that nasty fuel. The plugs look good. It looks like somebody took really, really good care of it. So it'll be interesting to get it on the highway, see how it does on the interstate. Got to take it to the car wash and spray off all of the garbage underneath. We're not going to spray the engine, but all of this stuff, the car needs a I don't know what good washing it's going to do, honestly. Now that I think about it, it's plasti dipped. Okay, maybe we won't wash. Maybe it's not worth washing, but we at least got to get it on the highway and burn some of this gas out of it so we can put some fresh fuel in it, try to get it running a little bit better. But honestly, other than that, it runs and drives fine, and the battery is good. It fires right up. I'm happy with it. So I figured we might as well take a little bit of a highway drive just to see how it does on the interstate. And you can see we're at almost 70 miles an hour. We have no check engine lights on. It's running perfectly. It's driving and riding just amazing. I'm truly impressed with this little car. And the turbocharger, man, she's got some kick to her. She really does. Still not a bad deal. Hopefully once we get some of this gas run out of it and put some fresh fuel in it, hopefully that misfire at idle will go away. But either way, for $800 total, that's the Copart fees, the purchase price, everything, the coil assembly we put in it. You're not going to beat a deal like this. You're really not. This is a sweet deal of a car from Copart. So before we go and finish talking about the car, I wanted to show you one more thing. You can go over here and click on Health Report. And this thing's it's gonna take a couple minutes because it's gonna run through basically every system the car has. It's gonna check for any and all fault codes throughout the entire vehicle. This device right here is absolutely phenomenal. Yes, it can program keys. It can program key fobs. This thing can do just about everything. This is not just your basic little code reader with a dongle. This is a very powerful tool. That's why it comes with all of those wires, all of those plugs. This thing is no joke. And the prices I was looking for to get something like this before is around $2,000. This thing right here is around $750, $749, something like that. Believe me when I tell you, this is well worth the money. It's very fast. It works very quickly. It's got a very thick case around it so you can drop it. I don't want to make this video about this. I'll do another review on this later on down the road. But since we're using it today, especially on these European cars, man, a lot of European cars like Mercedes-Benz, you really almost have to have the Star Diagnostic tool just to do anything. This thing will do it for you, man. This thing has just about everything you could hope for in one compact, easy to use, easy to understand unit. So again, big shout out to Launch for sending me this thing. Let's see what fault codes show up in the system now. So this is the Health Report. You can click on Health Report and it will literally go through every system available, and then it will come back and tell you what problems you have with the systems or what systems have no faults at all. And as you can see, we've got the engine control module. We have 2 faults. You can click on engine control module. And then you can do an actuation test. You can perform special functions, readiness codes, fuel tank quick test of the intake camshaft control, exhaust camshaft control, adaptation of the throttle unit so you can calibrate your new drive-by-wire throttle system. You can read the live data stream. We have actuation tests, so you can turn actuate. Here's injection number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Of course, I don't know why it shows number 6, because this car only has 5 injectors. But injector number 1, it says the injectors open and close approximately 6 times a second. A clicking noise will be heard from the injectors. So we're going to start the test. Actuation test finished. Look at this. You can individually test each fuel injector, AC relay, cooling fan. You can adjust all of this. Turbo, throttle valve, 100%. Start, stop. You can test every individual actuator. This thing is insane, man. And if you just want to say to hell with it and clear, oops, I'm about to drop it. If you want to say to hell with it and just clear all of your fault codes, that's fine. You can do that too, right here. Erase finished. Boom. Just like that, everything is reset. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show you about this thing, I'm so excited about this, I really am, is we verified we have spark on cylinder 1, so we know we've got spark, but for some reason, we still have a misfire. Now, I believe the misfire is caused by bad fuel. I could be wrong. We're going to start an actuation test, and we're going to do it on injector number 1, which is right here. We're going to click start. Listen to this. Okay? So you can hear the injector working. Now watch this. When we start the test, let's unplug it. See? There you go. As you plug it in and disconnect it, we can hear the injector is working. So we know at a minimum, we're getting a computer signal to pulse the injector on and off. And I can feel the injector. You can hear it and feel the injector working. So at this point, it's most likely just bad gas that's got to be run out of the system. But it could also be a partially clogged injector. Just because the injector is firing doesn't mean it's not clogged. It could also be internal damage to the engine, which I highly doubt. I seriously doubt there's any damage to this engine. I suspect we'll run some gas through it, and she'll be good to go. Big shout out to... Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I totally intended to do that. Show you guys, look. It should take a hit, man. This thing is made to work. Look at that. You're going to get a scuff or two on it, but look, you're going to drop it. They know you're going to drop it. They build it so that it can be dropped. I mean, I wouldn't recommend dropping it on purpose like I did, but hey, you accidentally dropped the damn thing from a few feet up. Look, it's fine. Perfectly fine. Big shout out to Launch. Thank you. I'm loving this new tool. Look at the new Chevy valve covers. I know they're orange. I thought they were actually red in the pictures, but they're orange. Either way, I think these are going to look really good on the Corvette. Ended up getting a Performer 1487 kit for my carburetor, just to make sure we can get that carburetor dialed in and fine-tuned. And with that, I bought a vacuum gauge. So you can actually adjust your carburetor by using a vacuum gauge. You want to try to get it around, what, 20-inch grams, somewhere in the green right here from what I understand, when you're adjusting your idle air mixture screws. But even better than that, I went and bought this Innovate. And this, I bet a lot of you know what this is. Some of you probably don't. This is an LM2 module, air fuel ratio meter, OBD2 scan tool. Now, I don't need it for the scan tool, but this thing is excellent at air fuel ratios. Instead of worrying about a vacuum gauge or tuning it by ear, nah, we ain't fitting do that over here. Over here, we've got like an 8-foot cable and a cigarette lighter adapter for power. This right here is an induction pickup. This will tell us our RPMs. And then the best part is we got this O2 sensor. And since I have true duals on my Vet, we can stick this in each exhaust and you will be able to fine tune the driver's side and the passenger side of the carburetor accurately using this product. And then you take your oxygen sensor and you shove it in the tailpipe using this special adapter right here. Now this thing wasn't cheap, and unlike the Launch, this was not sponsored. This cost me almost $400 for this kit. In fact, when you include the new jets, the springs, and the, what are those, needles? I don't know what they're called, to be honest with you. But when you include this was like $40-something by itself. Yeah, this was over $400 for this stuff right here. But we'll be able to accurately tune the vet. So there's some of my new toys. So I'd like to thank all of you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the content today. I had a lot of fun doing this. Thank you to my brother Tim for coming out and helping me. And I was going to send the little Volvo down to Mike's tonight. I was going to send it on its way and just let it go. But I think I'm going to hold on to it for another day or two. I'm going to play around with it, drive it mainly, try to burn some gas out of it. And I think what I'll also do is, instead of, I don't want to just be randomly driving around constantly in this car. I don't want to risk getting into an accident or anything like that. So I think maybe the best thing to do, we've had it on the highway, we know it drives, maybe I can just pull it back in the driveway tomorrow and just leave it running most of the day and just try to burn the gas out. Turn on the AC, leave the AC running, and just try to burn the fuel out of it so we can put some fresh gas. I don't, and maybe you guys can comment below, I don't understand why I'm getting a pretty solid cylinder 1 misfire. I really don't. I mean, it could be that the injector on number 1 is a little bit dirty, excuse me, a little bit contaminated. I'm not sure, but it's definitely got a pretty solid misfire on number 1 until you hit the gas. And I'm telling you, you pull out of the driveway, you hit the gas, and that thing smooths up, and it's like butter. Smooth. Highway, smooth. No problems at all. It's only sitting at an idle we're having this issue. And man, when you get by the exhaust pipe, it is sour. I mean, it is just, it's bad. It's bad. So it's got a tank of gas that I am for certain is no good. I'm surprised we're not getting a random misfire, but it is what it is. We know that everything seems to be working. The coil's working, the spark plug is working, the injector's getting a signal. There's not much more we can do, but I am going to try to straighten it out a little more before we send it down there. I think that thing will bring, and you tell me what you think below, I think that Volvo will bring $1,500. I really do. I think it'll bring $1,500. So, you know, with $810 in it, hey, that's a pretty good profit. I'm not going to complain. And I hope you guys enjoyed it because I know you've been waiting to see something new on the channel. Here it is. Don't worry, I'm watching out for some more stuff. Going to see if we can pick up something else possibly next week. Hell, maybe even still this week if we can find something with a good buy it now. We'll see. But that's going to be it for this video. And I wanted to throw in there real quick, my Corvette. I took it to the muffler guy, Tim at A&A Muffler. He put the headers on, and they don't fit. He put the headers on, and he said there was literally 2 inches of space between the headers and the concrete. He asked me if I wanted to keep it that way. I told him, not a chance. As much as I hate doing it, I went with shorty headers because it looks like the majority of long tube headers, just there's no clearance. And I just decided to save the headache, and although shorty headers aren't going to be that much better, if any, they will at least look better. And I've got somebody that wants to buy all of my factory equipment, the manifolds, everything, intake, exhaust manifolds, downpipes, all of it. So regardless, this guy needs all these parts. I need to get them off my car. So that's where we're at. We'll have some more update videos in the near future. But for now, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Give the video a big thumbs up if you did. I bought the Volvo. That's what you guys told me to get. So what most of you wanted me to get, I got the Volvo. Even with a misfire issue, I'm very happy with the car. So stay safe out there, everybody. We will catch you very soon in the next one.